It's mighty strange, my eyes can see that you've been cheating around on me. I'm your woman. Oh, yes, I am. So show some respect and treat me as such. Yes, I am. Honor this love. Sweet 16, woman enough to let you raise me. You used to call me daddy's ghetto queen. You still mean the world to me. Listen, I did not say no more. I run to you like a corner store. I don't love you enough to hate you, yet I love you too much to leave. Are you? Sorry. What's up, y'all? You know, if you don't get a copyright strike, get a right strike. What did she mean when she said you used to call me daddy's ghetto queen? I couldn't get with that, Selena. What's up, y'all? I had to start off with some music because why not? Let's rack them up. I do not own the rights to that music, but it's some good music. It's Thursday, finally Thursday. We're hunkering along in this week. I did not do nothing exciting today, but just work out and sleep and eat more barbecue that my husband prepared. It never gets old. I ate the last corner of my potato salad and I was content. Today in Black history in 1964, a white hotel manager named James Brock poured acid into a whites-only pool at the Monsoon Motor Lodge after black activists jumped into the water during a swim-in protest. Yeah. Sad. I mean, you know, that's why they say a lot of black people can't swim to this day. See what else we got here, y'all. What else went in the news? The U.S. Marine Corps is searching for 5 Marines after a helicopter traveling from Nevada to California went missing. A quick-thinking 8-year-old girl saved herself and her younger sister when a carjacker suddenly stole their father's SUV at a Wisconsin car wash while they were still in the vehicle. Smart girl. Dozens of people showed up at a graffiti more downtown Los Angeles high-rise Tuesday in an attempt to further vandalize a property that the city's police chief warns is becoming a center of mischief and turmoil. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine's administration backs off its plans to impose rules that advocates feared would have restricted gender-affirming medical treatment for adults in a way that no other state has. Guess that's not the move for them just right now. Marianne Williams ends her 2024 bid. I never knew she was running again, honestly. Only people I know is Biden and Trump. Anybody else, I'm just really waiting on them to fall off. 2 men say they were each robbed of tens of thousands of dollars after going to the same Atlanta sports bar on different nights by criminals who gained access to their phones. Wow. Crazy. Be careful. An attorney for Donald Trump said in a filing Wednesday that a judge's request for comment on whether an ex-Trump organization executive lied on the stand was unprecedented and inappropriate. The Biden administration is considering taking executive action to deter illegal migration across the southern border. Considering? Or maybe should have been and did that. Disney, Fox, and Warner say they have plans to launch a new streaming service that could become the biggest single sports. You know, a lot of people are just saying bring back cable at this point because that's all that is continuing to happen. There's more flooding in California. This is San Diego. There's crisis in the ERs across the country. A former engineer was arrested on federal charges alleging he stole trade secret technology that was deployed by the U.S. government to detect nuclear missile launches and to track ballistic and hypersonic missiles. Dang, dude. Moana is getting a 2024 release date. I never seen part one. That's the joy of having boys. Israel will let Hamas military leader Yahya Sinwar go into exile in exchange for the release of all hostages. They say you can go into exile, but we're not ending this war. New York City's guardian angels tackled a man to the ground they claim was a migrant who was caught shoplifting during a live TV interview, but later said they had no proof of the claims. I think I saw something like that on Fox. It was like live when Fox News was reporting on something. Senator Republicans rejected McConnell's pitch to support the bipartisan immigration and Ukraine aid deal. 4 Republicans voted for it in the end. Even McConnell backtracked and voted against it. I'm so happy we don't have to hear from McConnell no more. That's my favorite thing about it all. A judge postpones a decision on whether to transfer a Florida inmate who became pregnant while incarcerated from county jail to house arrest. What's up, Jill? I mean, what did she do? Because clearly, meaning her being locked up, because clearly she's, I don't know if she was assaulted by a CO, had a relationship with a CO. They're very secretive about it. Or on January 6th arrest. Diners are eating less fast food and griping on social media that their go-to cheap meals aren't so cheap anymore. Fast foodies are getting fed up with those prices. I know that's right. All right, let me see what I personally like today. So these orcas were stuck in ice like the other day, but someone reported that overnight they got free. I don't know who filmed them being stuck, but they were stuck for at least a good 24, 48 hours. But they got out, y'all. So this is kind of a sad story. This young girl who helped this homeless man, who he received over $400,000 from TikTok donations. She got him a hotel, clothes, all the etc. He had assaulted a lady in a shelter in 2020, giving her 2 black eyes, and she said he's a sociopath, which most homeless people suffer from some mental illness. I don't fault the girl that helped him. She had good intentions, but you never know. These people are on the streets for all kind of reasons, so you just never know. So this is Karamo's show. This guy was complaining because his girl kept hanging out with her gay friend, and he wanted to know what was really going on. So let's take a look.
But you feel what you got? Be that first and say, I don't have no problem with homosexual. Oh my God, man. Let me be that first and say, I don't have no problem with homosexual at all. We can hang out, kick it, whatever. You feel me? So come at me with it. But when you looking at my girl with hunger in your eyes, like, I know how a heterosexual male is. You turn around, you looking at her butt. Gay dudes ain't tripping off a girl butt. You feel me? What you looking at her butt for? You feel me? All the time. Every time you over, you looking at her butt. Like, hold on. Every single time you come over,
it's like
you looking at her butt.
Stuff, you know
want to linger on her hand and stuff. Like, oh, Jordan, you smell good.
I can't look at anybody's butt.
Get another girl, bro. Like, go get another girlfriend. Like, what's wrong? Why you around mine so much? Like, why you always coming to our house?
I'm around your girl because your girl comes around me talking about you. Oh, my
God. I mean, I said, y'all, I'm a guy.
Me and Kai had sex right around the time that me and G Money got together. And that kind of happened around the wedding that I told you I went to by myself. We decided to take that to the grave. And there's another thing that even Kai does not know. I was pregnant, and I'm not sure who the father was. It could be G Money or it could be Kai. I'm not sure. I just got an abortion and just kept it pushing. And I'm so sorry. I'm not pregnant right now.
She said she got an abortion.
Wait, what?
Wow.
She said she got an abortion because she didn't know which one of y'all it was.
Wow.
Every man now is like, I told you. These the whole story is crazy. From G Money on up. The 39th Infantry Regiment of the Harlem Hellfighters, though they spent more time in battle than any other regiment and were the most decorated, they never got the recognition they deserved. Black History Facts. So this guy was just relaxing on his chair, and then he saw Yogi the Bear. The way they both jumped, like, I don't know how y'all live places where there's bears. It's just not right. The first Black American architect to graduate MIT and the country's first academically trained architect, Robert R. Taylor, was truly groundbreaking. Born in North Carolina in 1868, he learned carpentry and construction from his father, a former slave. These are some of the structures that he built. Very nice. So they did this to, I'm going to call her Precious, because Gabby Sidibe. But why did they make her chair out of cake, y'all?
And there was no plan to prank you today.
Bitch, is this cake?
I don't know how she knew that was cake. I don't know if she could smell it or what, but y'all just wasted a bunch of cake for a prank. Wow. Why would you do that? A 12-year-old Edmund Albius invented the technique that made the vanilla industry possible, still used today as most vanilla is pollinated by hand. He revolutionized its cultivation. He made it possible for us to enjoy treats like vanilla ice cream. Well, those are your Black History Facts. All right, let's see what else we got going on. It was a lot of news today, y'all. Monique had a interview with Shay Shay today, and two of my favorite comedians are kind of fighting, which is Monique and D.L. Hughley. I like both of them, and I hate that they cannot get along. It's just sad, really. I hope they find resolve. I hope in old age they start getting along. Kim Kardashian is rumored to be dating Odell Beckham. Not shocking. Monique discusses Taraji P. Henson's comments on pay and inequality in Hollywood. Says she shared those same sentiments over a decade ago and wasn't taken seriously. Let's take a look.
I saw Taraji broken on those platforms. It was painful to watch. However, Taraji and I had a conversation over a decade ago.
Yes.
In my trailer when I was doing the Monique show. And she said, you know, you got to keep on getting it until your turn comes. And I said, Taraji, most of us die before our turn comes. We got to ask for it right now. Now, I understand that because there was a time I felt the same way.
Exactly.
Because that's what I was told.
Right.
You just keep going and we'll get him the next time. We'll get him the next time. We'll get him the next time. And the next time never comes. And then you see our sister broken, sitting on those platforms. Now, when I said it,
why didn't it get the traction when you said it that when she said it, now all of a sudden everybody is coming, and I don't have a problem.
When I saw her.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And I mean, I'm glad it's coming to light. It's been coming to light. It's been, somebody had a really excellent comment about, one, women's pay, regardless of color, is still very unequal in every industry. But, if closed mouths don't get fed, and you know, you have to fight for yourself, and it would be better if people stuck together instead of like, I'm winning, I don't care about the ones behind me, because that's what you call gatekeeping. Let's see what else we got. Tiffany Haddish, let's see what she said.
I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person, and the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, I remember our beautiful...
I really wish, like, we can normalize not speaking bad on each other, period. Tiffany, to whoever, like, that's not, I mean, you were there for you. You should not even be mentioning anybody else. The woman who went viral for Christian BBL reveals she suffered an infection. Y'all keep her in y'all prayers. Birdman awarded the keys to New Orleans. Nolans. A lot of people was coming for Earth, Wind, and Fire Man's hair. They know they was wrong, but they was coming for his wig. Do not give your kids energy drinks. It will increase. Studies shown it increases, may increase ADHD, anxiety, and depression. And y'all know they running out of ADHD medicine, so just stop while y'all ahead. All right, let's see what else we got here. Monique's trailer blew up on one of her movie sets. Yeesh. That would make you think people coming for you. Jocelyn was tripping because she had these iguanas swimming in her pool. And I'm like, Jocelyn, ain't you from Puerto Rico? You should be used to seeing them things. I wouldn't want to see them either, but I'm just saying. Alright, let's see what D.L. Hughley and Monique Nimitz fighting about now. Run and see if I can get it all wrapped up in one. But let's see what he said.
Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. And so Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she says she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messed.
Just makeup. Like, DL, Monique, they've been fighting for over 20 years. I can understand Monique's beef with Oprah. Definitely. Oprah, and even still, Monique says she's not mad at Oprah for what she did. She just, and if y'all don't know, back when Monique won her Oscar, Oprah brought Monique's family on, and they had a lot of family history that Monique did not want aired on her to use as she should. Oprah went behind her back and invited her family and shared some of her trauma, and that just wasn't cool. I wouldn't have liked that. Not big on exploiting families. I mean, your family doesn't want to ask to be in a spotlight just because you are. But yeah, I wish they make up, y'all. This little beef is just getting out of control. All right. Alright. I think it's time to go on to the Reddits just because I do have like a lot of story times to discuss. Where's my search bar? Yeah. Me. Who are the people you think of as losers? What do y'all think? I'm not in the mood to talk about nobody today. People who can't admit when they're wrong or refuse to admit they're wrong. People who have put others down in order to make themselves feel better. Yeah, that is weak. That is a loser, I would agree. People who make fun or bring down their own children in front of extended family and friends. Yeah. Overinflated sense of entitlement, lack of empathy, and refuse to consider context. Looks like most people, right? I don't like people that are rude to like people that they consider under them. So I would agree as far as waiters, customer service, cleaning, etc., etc. What makes zero sense to you? A lot of stuff. The list would be too long. How health insurance works? Oh yeah. All the insurances, taxes, all the taxes, all the everything. The government makes no sense to me. Needing 5 years of experience for an entry-level job. The physical size of the universe and what lies beyond. People wanting flying cars with as many bad drivers. Yeah, we say we want those, and then yeah. How Google search gets worse every year despite having most talented engineers in the world. Well, they're gonna control what you can search, of course. The popularity of Stanley Cups, very ridiculous. The way people are going crazy for them cups is just insane. Night shift workers, hello, present. What's the scariest thing you've experienced? I once got chased by a homeless man. It actually happened last year. I knew he was there. I was going to one of my sites, and I'm always hyper aware of my surroundings when I'm going at night anywhere. And so I'm always alert, and I normally park in front of the door, but I had to park down a little bit. And so I went in, and when I came out, I instantly knew. You just get the sense that somebody's lurking. And where I parked was a little bit past an alley. And as soon as I crossed that alley, that dude straight came out. I ran in my car, locked the door, threw up the peace sign at him, and was gone. My husband didn't like it very much, but, you know, it's life. Like, I mean, you know, my husband still, like, doesn't like me going in places, but I didn't let it stop me, but it gave me it shook me up a little bit. But I was gone. Did some night shift at a small chemical plant one night, walking this unit down, and suddenly a boat hits the ground next to me. Little bit later, another. After the plant is ripping itself apart, I'm 3 stories up, and I'm gonna go down with the structure. Nah, it turns out some board operators on the 5th deck were following me, throwing nuts and bolts down there me to smoke me. Well, that would make me mad. I opened up the door to a grocery loading dock, only to find a car fully on fire parked in the bay. Worked at the closing shift at a grocery store a bit ago. Every night at 11, a guy would sit on the bench outside our store and laugh hysterically for God knows how long. Like, this guy would laugh till it sounded like his voice was shot. Since we had to leave out the front door to lock it, we would all walk with each other to be safe. We would all drive off hearing this mechanical laughter in the empty lot. Was weird. Well, at least he didn't attack you. Shadows at night when accompanied by noise, it's not right. Yeah. Patient coming in at 2 a.m. with a gunshot wound from the staff of the elevator, not the waiting room, not the ambulance bay. How did he get here? Where is the guy who shot him? This happened more than once, but once I got off night shift and said goodbye to folks as we departed. I had to drive about 40 minutes to get home. My next conscious thought was putting my key in the door of my apartment. Yeah, sleep driving is scary for sure. You like, how did I get here? What are small red flags at a job interview that say you do not want to work here? When they ask you the question about flexibility and, you know, just how are you working in high stress environments, you already know it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy. The team hasn't taken vacation in 2 years, and I haven't taken a vacation in 2 years. Yeah, if you say that, I'm probably not going to work there. Always ask why the position came available. If half of the team is leaving, you don't want to be there. Always ask the interview if they're happy working there. Most aren't ready for this question. Vague answers, not direct. Work hard, play hard. A poor state of the toilet room. It means the company isn't doing well and cuts expenses. I've never used a restroom on a job interview. Guess it's something to think about. We are a family here. Startup environment. Family could be scary. It could be like cliquish. If they keep claiming they want a superstar, yeah. Anything about multiple hats, yeah. That means your job's gonna change every day. Pay attention to how eager they are. Do they want you to start right now? It's a decent indicator if they're bleeding staff or if they have a lot of long-termers. I think those are safe because the next thing we would have been reading is how do you hide a boner, and nobody wants to know that. All right, let's see what we got, y'all. So this was crazy. This woman caught her man cheating.
Ooh, you forgot to turn that location off, honey. Forgot to turn that location off, didn't you?
No.
You forgot to turn that location off.
No.
Oh, you forgot to turn that location off. No, I don't follow you. We share location. I don't follow you. We share location. We share location.
I got something.
You ain't got nothing for me. You ain't got nothing for me.
She got your location?
Yeah, I do. And do.
But you ain't had no business following.
Don't put your camera in my face.
Girl, put my camera where I want to put it. I put my camera where I want to put it. Locations, baby. Learn to turn those locations off. Learn to turn those locations off. That's what y'all do. Learn to turn those locations off. If you gonna cheat, turn your location off. Okay? Okay?
Every time I look up.
Okay?
Every time.
Okay, then leave. Then leave, bro.
That's okay.
Turn that location off if you don't want to be followed. Turn that location off.
Go ahead. Call me when you get to the house.
I'm not calling you. Thank you for getting my nails done. I'm not calling you.
So you just gonna take my...
No.
So you just gonna get your nails done and run?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
You got
Y'all look like some clowns out here. Both of y'all look like some clowns.
like a clown.
Both of y'all look like some clowns.
My nails are done.
Okay.
My nails are done.
Okay.
Get yours done.
Mine done.
Get yours done.
Go on, clown. Go on, clown. Go on, clown.
Everybody a clown. That nail worker was looking like, what?
Y'all know something else that's never talked about is how the men of the friend of your spouse is the one who tries to holler at you when that man dies. When my late husband died, one of the pallbearers that I handpicked myself because my husband kept saying how close him and this person was, one of them tried to talk to me. One of the homeboys out of the military tried to talk to me. It was the craziest thing ever. Like, I didn't even know stuff like that was real. Like, my mom used to tell me stories and stuff like that, but I didn't even know something like that could happen to me. So the pallbearer, I would never forget, like, he used to text and check on me and my daughter all the time, and I was perfectly fine with it. And one day he called me on my last day of therapy, which was like on a Thursday. I still got the messages and everything to prove it. This is why I be daring people to play with me. I still got the receipts. He texted me one day just to check. It was the same messages he always sent. Hello, just checking in on you in London. I'm like, yeah, we good. I'm just leaving therapy. I'm feeling better, kind of getting back to myself now. He's like, well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm like, all right, cool. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good too. All right, well, you know, I always just check on y'all because I know y'all lost a friend too. Yeah, I know, whatever. Well, I'm finna get back to work. That's normally how the text messages go. After I send that, he texts back. And he's like, I'm not rushing you or nothing like that. But when you start to heal up and you start looking to date, I was hoping that you would give me a chance. I think this was the kicker. He told me, I feel like your husband would want you to be with somebody who he knew would take care of you and his little girl. I went home and I sit there for the longest. And I said, you know what? I said, let me just text this man back. So I text him back and I told him, I said, look, I'm not even flattered. I said, I'm quite disgusted that you're even okay to send me a message like this. I told him, I said, this right here will never happen. I said, and because you have took it this far, don't even text me no more to check on me. I'm good. No, we're good. I'm good. Just know that. And I blocked him. As you know from that birthday video, baby, that block button real strong. I don't care who you are, you will get blocked. I blocked that man on all social media. I blocked that phone number. He started trying to text me from a Text Now app to let me know, I am so sorry that I came on to you like that. I just thought, no, you didn't think at all. So now I got to block this as well. Now, it was the same way with the friend in the military. So a lot of them would reach out to me. I didn't even mind, but I would always let them know, like, this is my phone number. Text me, call me, whatever you want to do to check on me. I'm okay with that because I knew that they had lost somebody as well, and I wanted to check on them. Y'all, the homeboy, he started off super duper cool. I don't even know how close him and my late husband was, because I had only met him one time, but the other people I saw them multiple times. He hit me up to check on me. I wrote him back, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting him know that, you know, I'm praying for them as well, all type of stuff, because it can't be easy to lose a friend. I've never lost a friend. He then, like a few months go by after checking on me, he tries to, like, holler at me. And when I don't bite on it, now you subliminally write messages about me on Facebook and on Snapchat. And I know exactly who they're to. And then I believe that he went to the friend group and started spreading lies because some of the guys stopped checking on me and my daughter, which is perfectly fine. I don't even care because I didn't need them checking on me in the first place. Like, all y'all and your wives sit around and knew that man was cheating, and ain't nobody tell me nothing. Which, you know, it ain't their business to tell me something. But still, like, y'all, I'm the type of person, like, if I know your man cheating, and I done met the side piece, and now I done met the wife, baby, I'm texting from a text app number, that nigga dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't like to get involved. I understand it. So before y'all hop in my messages saying that, well, it's not their responsibility. Well, we know that, doofus. So it's okay. But yeah, that happened. So a lot of people don't talk about stuff like that go on. But these homeboys really don't be homeboying after it's over with. Now, some of my late husband's friends that was childhood friends down here and that was also in the military, some of those guys are really genuine guys. Like, I have one.
All right. She's right on that. And I don't want none of my husband's friends or none of them. Don't even try it. No. It's disgusting. This is why I be antisocial too. If my husband died, don't talk to me. Because at this point, you're dead to me. Anybody my husband knew, I don't even want to see you anymore. Because I'm trying to mourn. I don't even want you, like, just go away forever.
Seconds. If Tyler Perry was to sit right here, you would say, man, I heard you. What you trying to tell me about this sister? Within seconds, Oprah Winfrey would know that people would say, hold up. See, when I speak about Oprah Winfrey, and let me be clear, I love that sister because she's our sister. She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah Winfrey, I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me. And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly. You've been unfair. You've been unjust. And you watched a black woman be thrown under the bus, and you said nothing. And here's what's interesting as well. My husband was saying to me, after I won the Oscar award, right? And she had the people come, you know, to talk to the Oscar winners. And I go on the stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience, and I say this humbly, as my husband was telling me, he said, Mama, they wasn't screaming Oprah. They was screaming Monique. Right? So much so, I had to say, y'all gonna shut that shit up now. We get ready to go back on the air. We having fun, right? He said, but I watched Oprah. He said, and I watched her almost turn in her seat like they screaming her name. Now, some people will say, oh, Monique, you're reaching. Well, let me tell you what then happens. The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique the Butler. But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother. So, as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah.
One might say, Mo, well, I mean, if the role that they're looking for a black,
Big, go ahead and say it. Shannon is so careful with his words. He want to say fat black woman. If the role looking for a fat black woman, Mo, but he was like, you know.
But I want to keep my podcast, Mo. Y'all ain't finna cancel me.
This why we love you, Uncle Shay Shay, because we want you to say it, a fat black woman. Now, me and Oprah fit the damn description, Shay. Fat black. Don't we fit it?
You do. But I'll be right back in the bed. I'll be your neighbor up there where you live at.
Listen here. So, are you lying?
No.
Now, I'm not going to have your big ass sitting here in the Hall of Fame and you scared to say shit.
Okay.
And I want to excuse myself for any of the babies that might be watching this, because I wasn't going to say no spicy things. But Shay Shay get me wrong now. Come on, Shay.
One might say, or people might say, well, Mo, I mean, the role calls for a heavyset black woman. You, Oprah, y'all fit the roles.
Yes.
How do we know that she wasn't offered the role at long and people think that she's better, more qualified than you?
It don't work like that, Shannon. You can't offer me. Once you say, I want you.
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't have the money to fund a production.
Right.
I don't have the connections to go to the studio and say, listen, I want to do this movie. She does. Right. So when Lee says, hey, baby, she got the money, go get it. But someone would just say, how is that working out like that? How is that happening like that? How is it that things that was offered to Monique, you seem to be playing? Now, I told Oprah about that. See, everything we're saying to you right now.
You was having a conversation with her.
Listen here. I don't play the behind the back. I don't play the I'ma share with Shannon. There's one thing I will share with you that I've not shared with anybody.
Okay.
But I don't play the behind the back and all of that. I say, listen, let me try to get to you first. Now, if you avoid me, okay. But I tried to be respectful. I tried to call you first. When she had my family on her show, I tried to call you first. I tried to talk to you privately, but then you became the great, mighty Oprah Winfrey, and you were too busy to talk. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. This woman has overstepped with me in so many ways that somebody would say, if we wasn't Monique and Oprah Winfrey in the entertainment business, and we was Monique and Oprah Winfrey that worked at Costco, I see you in the break room. I see you at your cash register. Because she's overstepped.
Wow. So
ain't nothing but a little straightening that needs to go. They need to have a coming to you as a woman conversation. I still feel like all this can still be resolved. These are all great people.
A woman's ex-boyfriend died and left her $700,000 in a will despite having a pregnant wife. Now his family is demanding she give the money back. So let me give you some backstory. So these two were together for almost 20 years and they were never able to conceive. So eventually she finds out that her man is cheating on her. So they break up. 6 months after the breakup, he marries the woman that he was cheating on her with. So the girlfriend ends up finding a new man, but that doesn't keep the ex from contacting her. Like on her birthday or Christmas, he would always send her a little message here and there, but she would never respond. So eventually the new woman and her boyfriend conceive a child. He finds out that they had a daughter together. He gets really upset. He sends her a really nasty letter about how she was no good and how she must have been cheating the whole time. And that ends up being the last time that she hears from him. A while later, she gets a message from an attorney saying that her man had passed away and he left her something in the will. Matter of fact, he left her everything. He left her his entire $700,000 estate, despite him being married and his current wife being pregnant with his child. Along with the will, he also left a letter apologizing to her for all the pain that he had caused her and telling her that he wished her and her new family well. And he's like, this money that I'm leaving you is going to help you to do that. But the new wife is not having it. She is clearly extremely upset. She's like, I'm the one who's pregnant with his baby. I'm the one who was his wife. I'm going to need you to give me that money. And she's like, no, he left it to me in the will. And also, he made this letter making it very clear what he wanted his last wishes to be. What do y'all think? Now, my thing is, if it were me, would I give her all the money back? Absolutely not. But I would make some kind of provisions for the child, because that is his child. Maybe it's some kind of trust fund that he could get access to when he's 21 years old or something like that. Have some kind of college fund or something set up for the child. But to give her the money? No, if that man wanted you to have it, he would have left it to you. And she also spent 20 years with that man. Like, that time should account for something. And that's what he wanted. I know people, when somebody passes away, people want to do what they want to do. And they like to say, well, this person would have wanted it that way, or they would have wanted it this way. No, you do whatever that person says that they want. Their dying wish is the wish that you definitely have to grant. A woman's ex-boyfriend died and...
I agree. And I mean, yeah, I would help the child, but I'm going to want to see them grades because I'm not giving no money to somebody that's just going to end up working at Target for their whole life.
What drug does Imbruvica, what does it treat?
Congressman, I recognize Imbruvica is one of the products that we do market. I'm not exactly sure.
It's okay. I'm not trying to trick you. It treats leukemia. Do you know what the price that Johnson & Johnson has set for it?
I do not have that on my fingertips.
It's $484 per capsule per tablet, which works out to about $14,000 per month, which works out to about $160,000 per year for leukemia patients. Now, do you know, or I can tell you, how much money, gross revenue, the Johnson & Johnson has made from this drug over the last 10 years?
Congressman, it's not something that I'm an expert at, not something I'm here to testify to today.
$22 billion. Do you know the gross profits of Johnson & Johnson in 2023?
I couldn't tell you that.
$65 billion. So just to recap, you've got a pill for leukemia patients. You sell it at $484 per capsule. That's $160,000 a year. You've made $22 billion over the last 10 years, and you're making $65 billion in profit. Now, we have passed as a Congress, and the president has signed a bill saying, you know what, let Medicare negotiate to try to bring that price down. And you, in your department, because you're Assistant General Counsel, have filed a lawsuit saying that that negotiation would be an unjust taking. Let me ask you this. Do you believe when the Veterans Administration negotiates for drug prices with you that that is a violation of the takings clause?
Congressman, I appreciate the question. The bases for our litigation against HHS with respect to the Inflation Reduction Act are fully disclosed in our complaint. I'm not an expert in this area.
You're here. You're the Assistant General Counsel for a company that is accusing the United States government of taking your property because we're negotiating. And you can't answer a simple question about, I'm just a yes or a no. Does the Veterans Affairs negotiation with Johnson & Johnson constitute a taking?
Congressman, we believe that the IRA constrains innovation.
I'm not asking about the IRA. I'm asking you about, do you believe the Veterans Affairs, when they negotiate, does that constitute a taking?
Congressman, again, that is not a litigation that I have great familiarity with.
Okay, so I'll just say you don't want to answer that question. Do you believe when Medicaid negotiates and gets a rebate for anything over the price of inflation, do you believe that that constitutes a taking?
Congressman, again, it's not an area that I specialize in.
I guess I don't understand how, being the Assistant General Counsel, you can come before the United States Congress when you're suing the United States government saying that we are taking your property. Now, that's a very serious charge. Taking means like if I came as the government with the force, took your property, and you don't know whether it's a taking, when the Veterans Administration negotiates, you don't know whether it's a taking, whether Medicaid negotiates. I assume you would say it's not a taking. Because obviously it's not a taking. These administrations have been negotiating for years, and yet you're arguing that Medicare should, when they negotiate, it's a taking. Medicaid, do you know how many percent of the American population is on Medicare?
Congressman, no.
It's 18% about. Do you know how many are on Medicaid?
Congressman, no.
About 18%. So it's not like Medicare has a bigger market. Medicaid negotiates with 18%. Do you know about how much is on, how many of our people are veterans? It's about 6%. So you have already a larger population, when you combine Medicaid and Veterans Affairs, negotiating with your company so that you don't make $65 billion in profits every year, and so leukemia patients don't pay $160,000. You have filed a lawsuit. I think it is shameful what you and the pharmaceutical companies have done in suing the United States government to protect those profits, and you are totally unprepared to answer a single question about what the takings clause is and a justification for that lawsuit. I mean, I really believe hopefully someone in the company and these other pharmaceutical companies can provide the American people with an explanation why you consider Medicare negotiating those drugs to lower those profits, those obscene profits, a taking when you don't consider that for the Veterans Affairs Administration or Medicaid. Mr.
I I think she absolutely knows the answer, but that's why I sent her in as the assistant. I think she'll get a little bit of a raise after this, or she might get fired. Either way, she knew what she was going in to do, not answer nothing. But I also blame the government for never intervening to where we are at this point where people are paying almost $500 for a single pill to treat cancer. So, everyone, off with their heads.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the whole story because it's probably worse than you're even imagining. So, when I was a freshman in college, I was dating a guy who was a senior in college. We were both from the same hometown, so we came home together for winter break, and I went over to his parents' house just to like go hang out, and I walk in the door, and I'm like, hi, no answer. So I'm like, hello? And they're like, oh, we're upstairs in the bathroom, come on up. And I'm like, in the bathroom? Okay. So go up the stairs, around the corner, turn to go into the bathroom. Immediately taken aback because my grown-ass adult boyfriend, who was 22 actually, not 21, 22 years old, is sitting in the bathtub, butt-ass naked, crisscross applesauce with like 3 inches of water. He was sitting crisscross applesauce and the water wasn't even over his legs. No soap, no bubbles, nothing. Just a little teeny washcloth covering his, and his mom standing over him like a scrub brush, scrubbing him down. So I'm obviously shocked, and they're like, oh, hey, come on in, sit on the toilet, join us, like, hang out. And I'm so shocked, I just walk in and I sit on the toilet and just talk to them for a good, 30 minutes. This went on for at least 30 minutes as I watched my boyfriend get scrubbed down by his mom. And she's like, I like to do this at least once a month just to get him really clean, get the spots that he can't reach. What? Jail. They should honestly be in jail. I should be in jail for sitting there and watching it. Like, in what world? No world is that normal? Like, can you imagine?
I'm glad she admitted she also should go to jail, because immediately if I saw something like that, that relationship is done. That's disgusting. And who knows what boundaries she would have crossed if y'all would have got together and moved in. No telling what you would have saw. Like, that's mama's boy to the extreme. Yes, immediately done. And I'm immediately done too. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys have an amazing day. Stay blessed. And don't participate in any of these shenanigans.